The BMW X5, it's a mid-sized SUV by BMW, also known as the E70, second generation of that car. It's a mid-sized by world standards, but it is quite a big car, certainly for the UK. It's also a very luxury-focused car. It's got all the features you would want. When you buy an E70 X5, there are a few guarantees that you'll get with this car. You will be guaranteed a massive engine. It's got minimum 3-litre diesel, like this car. You also know that you'll have all-wheel drive, and you'll know that you'll have an automatic gearbox. They used to have the manual in the first generation, but this car is automatic only. So firstly, driving this car around town, it's got really great visibility because obviously it's like a huge car with loads of glass all the way down the side. You've got really big wing mirrors. The steering's nice and light, so although it is a big car, and as soon as you need to do any particular manoeuvres like turn around and stuff, that's when you realise, oh, I am actually driving a tank. It's otherwise very nice and easy to drive around town, especially with that automatic gearbox. It just nips through the gears like very quickly, and that means that it sort of keeps the RPM low. And low RPM means that you've got a nice quiet cabin. The car is very sort of relaxing. It accelerates away in a relaxing manner. However, probably one of the first downsides that you find with this car, I would say, is that the ride is surprisingly firm, especially for a big, luxurious, potentially comfortable car like this, you know, an SUV with huge fat tyres on it. It's quite firm and it's quite jiggly around town, and if you're on a bumpy road, it feels quite unsettled. With it being an SUV and quite high up off the ground, I do have what motoring journalists call a commanding view of the road, which means I'm quite high up and I can kind of look down on people if I want to, and it you know, it is good. It means that you can see a little bit further, and you know, you do feel like your visibility is a little bit better. Obviously, it's not quite so good for things that are close down at the bottom of the car. Here at 60 or 70 miles an hour, it's quite a relaxed cruiser. It's nice and quiet in here. It's comfortable, but there is quite a lot of wind noise, I've noticed. I don't know if that's just because this is quite a brick-shaped car as it's slamming through the air, but otherwise it is a very nice motorway car. It's a comfortable car to do long distance in. So with it being a mid-2000s origin BMW, you do get this very nice dashboard. It's the way it's sculpted, it sort of gets a lot fatter in the middle. You've got the big silver panel down the centre, and it's just it's a nice design. It's got a kind of like a Scandinavian minimalism to it. It's a very well screwed together interior. Everything feels solid and nice and high quality. It feels like a luxurious car. You know, the materials they use are nice. They didn't seem to bother to cover over the map light hole up here, so you can literally stick your finger right into the map light and touch the bulb. I really like the iDrive system as well, because you can't touch the screen, so you're not like fumbling around with your hand like that. You do it with the scrolling wheel, and you can select everything you need to do in this car. There's all sorts of things in there: vehicle settings, information, telephone, you've got a sat nav. You can do everything on there. So for a BMW, it's actually quite well equipped as standard, because it comes with climate control, cruise control, leather, parking sensors, auto lights and auto wipers, and you get the iDrive system and electronic gear select as standard. But of course, because it's a BMW, there are then many options you can specify above that, and this car could become a very expensive car when you bought them new. Get active steering, active damping to level out the car around corners. You could get a third row of seats, you could get a panoramic sunroof, and you could even get a heads-up display in front of the car. So if you are looking for one of these used, just be aware that there is a huge range of things that you could get. If you really wanted to go all out on this car, there was actually a version called the Security Plus, which did officially come from BMW, and it basically meant that the car was completely bulletproof, glass and metal, from an AK-47, which is the most common machine gun in the world. So the X5 is a big four-wheel drive car, right? And that means it can go off-road. You can take it wherever you like, and it's like a Range Rover. You can go through bogs and over hills, and well, the answer is no, not really. The BMW manual, it will not mention any off-roading whatsoever, and they do say that this car is not really designed for it. It's all-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive, so it doesn't have low range. It's not officially designed for that kind of thing. It doesn't have any protection underneath it. It doesn't really have the biggest ground clearance either, so it's definitely not a car that's designed for like off-roading, but it is a car that, you know, it will get you through any conditions in the winter, and if it snows a lot, it will help there. It does have hill descent control, which is a kind of an off-roady type feature, which will help you go down a hill where you don't have to like modulate the speed yourself, the car will just keep to a nice steady downhill speed. Ah, here he is now, backseat JJ. I was just wondering where he'd got to. He can come and tell us all about the back. Hi mate. Yeah, got us some Waitrose stuff. We can have a little picnic on the rear bench later. That's a nice idea actually, yeah. Of course, there's absolutely loads of room here. I've got loads of headroom above me and loads of legroom in front of me because it's like a great big estate car on stilts. It's a great big box of a design, isn't it? So
yeah, I thought you'd like this car.
You can obviously like fold down this huge armrest here so I can sit and chill out. I've got 2 cup holders in front of it, and then at the bottom down here I've got 2 12-volt sockets and a great big cubby hole and all this ventilation that I can adjust. It's a good backseat JJ car this. And then in the back, of course, there's a big boot. You can fit even more stuff if you fold the seats down, and the tailgate splits in half like a Range Rover, so you can sit on the flat bit when it flops out, and you can enjoy the view, have a picnic. I'm not sure about these kick plate step things though, JJ. They get in the way of your legs when you're trying to get in and out. I think they're probably quite useful for kids for like standing on them to get in, but otherwise they're kind of annoying. I'll catch you in a bit. Oh well, yeah. Thanks for that, mate. I'll see you in a bit then. When you put your foot down, it just absolutely surges forward. It's a 2-ton car, but it doesn't feel like it. That power just propels the car forward. If the performance of the 4.4 or 4.8 litre V8 petrol was not enough, there was the X5M, which had 547 brake horsepower from a 4.4 litre V8, and that did 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. That horsepower figure is what you would have got in a supercar not that long ago, and you could get it in this big SUV. Quite a ridiculous vehicle, I will say, but it's there if you want it. For some reason they didn't call it the MX5, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure that one out yourself. So I reset the MPG meter when I set off in this car earlier, and I've been sort of mainly doing kind of fairly low speed driving around town, a little bit of 50 miles an hour and stuff, a bit of an average. I've managed to get at the moment 34 MPG average, which for a big fat heavy car like this with a big beefy engine in it, it's not bad. Something that comes up with BMWs quite a lot is reliability, and yeah, it's kind of true, especially with these big BMWs, is that they're not actually hugely reliable. There are a lot of things that can go wrong with them. They're big, complicated cars, the engines are complicated, all of the features that they have. So I'll leave a buyer's guide in the description so you can have a look at that and see what issues these cars can have. It's a slightly odd combination of cars in that it's a big, luxurious SUV that is quite good to drive, but it's not got the most comfortable of ride quality, and for me that's quite an odd combination, because obviously an SUV by its very nature is never going to be a brilliant car around a track or anything, so why not just go for comfort instead of the handling and performance? But if you do want a car that you want to cart your family around in, you want to be able to do 0 to 60 in 7 seconds or less, then it is a very, very capable car. Thank you very much to Ebby for lending me this car, and thank you to you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.